Hey guys, welcome back to Nerd Doctors. My name's Edward. I'm here with my co-host Griffin.
Hey guys.
And today, as a special request, we're going to be reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first three seasons. I grew up on this stuff, man.
Yeah, I missed this as a kid. I did not grow up on it, and I didn't even watch it the first time until I think it was around high school is when I first started watching it. And I only got to Mighty Morphin. I didn't go past that. But I didn't really have the experience you did growing up and talking about it as a child.
I was in elementary school right when this premiered, and I remember seeing the trailer for it actually. And my brother and I were like, I'm a huge Voltron fan. Voltron, the lion one, not that
Oh yeah,
other
same.
one. And when we saw the trailer, we were like, is it like Voltron mixed with what is this? At the time when this came out, we had no idea that it was Japanese footage mixed with American footage. We were just enjoying the show and we lost our minds, man. This show was, yes, even for the time, it was corny, it was cheesy, but it was good fun. No one was cursing anyone out, no one was killing anyone. It was good fun. And I remember I wasn't like Team Power Rangers when the show first came out, first season. On up until the late great Jason David Frank showed up as a Green Ranger, that blew my shit.
Yeah, like you said, the show is definitely corny. It's still corny, even probably more so nowadays, but I can definitely see the appeal of this show as a younger kid. This show would have just blown any kid's mind. I think the show gets really good around season two when they start doing a more cohesive storyline instead of a couple episodes is a story and then a completely separate story a couple episodes later. Season two starts to be a little bit more cohesive, which is more what I'm a fan of. But as a kid, I feel like this show would have absolutely knocked out of the park. The acting is, well, it's something you aspire to be as a kid. Every kid wants to grow up to be a superhero, and seeing teens with attitude become superheroes or Power Rangers, any kid would want to be that.
I agree with Griffin, man. I mean, it's just the idea of teenagers being able to turn into superheroes and having giant. First of all, when you're a kid, particularly a boy, no offense, girls, giant robots, anything fucking blow your mind.
Giant robots are amazing at any age. Giant robots are amazing.
Exactly. And when you're a little kid, when you're right around 9, 10, 15, or even 15, and you're watching giant robots beat the crap out of each other, as Griff said, giant anything beating the crap out of each other is phenomenal.
Yeah, 100%. And having this show where there's a lot of variety and with the Mechazords, it was just a lot of fun to watch. And then when Edward mentioned with the Green Ranger came in, that just added a lot more to it. And then his arc with first being with like being evil, losing his powers, coming back, his whole arc throughout the three seasons, it was for a kid show surprisingly really good writing.
Exactly. For a kid show, for as campy as it was, the writing on it, you would either really love a character or you would hate the crap out of a character. I hated Rita for taking Tommy's powers. I thought she was such a biatch. And Goldar, the first two seasons he was creepy. Then he got really campy, which
Yeah.
saddened me. But he was, the first couple episodes, he was mean as hell, man. He really wanted to kill the Red Ranger and later on the Green Ranger. And he had a crush on Kimberly, which was fucking weird.
Yeah, there was definitely some weird things, but kind of such as the 90s and a lot of the kid shows back then. They also kind of have to make it relatable to adults so their kids would watch it and they wouldn't get bored and say, it's been an episode, let's go do something else. They also want the adults to watch it.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, they did. And I think if you grew up watching this show, if you go back and rewatch it, you'll probably still find it really enjoyable because it's gonna have a lot of nostalgia for you. And like Edward said, giant robots are amazing.
Oh, I'm having a great time with my kid.
Oh yeah, if you have a kid, I 100% recommend going to go watch this show with your kid. If you're an adult and it's just you haven't seen it before, I don't know if this is going to be your thing. As we did say, it is a bit campy. It does feel like a 90s kids show. You may turn off after three or four episodes, but frankly, give it a try. It spawned so many spin-offs, and they're doing a new one right now. Who knows what's to come of that?
Yeah, I remember some of the most memorable things of Power Rangers was Zordon, just this big ass floating head in the tube. And I remember in one episode he was like, "Yeah, I'm a intergalactical being caught in a time warp." And I always wanted to see that. I'm like, I wanted
Yeah,
to see Rita putting his ass in the time warp and Zordon putting her in the dumpster. I still want to see that.
surprised we never have.
I know. Maybe one day. And
Yeah,
I really like the cast. And if you there's a saying out there, if you were a kid in the 90s and you didn't have a crush on Kimberly Hart, the Pink Ranger, you're just fucking lying. You did. And the show's phenomenal. It went through so much changes. The stuff with Tommy, broke our heart. At first, he comes out, he's evil. No one does an evil laugh like Jason David Frank. Then when he, comes, there's an arc that I love, the return of an old friend, where he has to come back and help them out, regain his powers. And then season two, when Lord Zedd comes out, damn, Lord Zedd was the coolest bad guy ever.
they had a lot of good bad guys at first. Then, like you said, they kind of did get a bit more goofy. But to start off, each of the villains really carried the show, and they put up a really good fight.
Yeah, one of the main things for the Power Rangers when they did the casting was they wanted authentic martial artists, and that was the calling. That was the casting call. And funny enough, out of everyone in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers originally, there was three that were legit martial artists. I don't know the other two, but I know that Jason David Frank for sure was one of them, and he was phenomenal. Dude, I wanted to be Tommy. I wanted to wear all green. I didn't give a shit. My mom was like, "You can't just keep wearing green to school." I was like, "You don't understand, mom. If I show up not wearing green, they're gonna be, like, what's wrong?" Having to explain that to my mom when I was 10 was weird as shit. But all I wanted to do was wear green. And then, of course, he loses his powers, comes back as the White Ranger, becomes the leader of the Power Rangers and the most famous one. And here I am 2 years later having to explain to my mom, like, throw away all my green shit. I just got to start wearing white to school. And my mom just thought I was insane.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what your favorite Power Ranger is.
Take care, guys. And also let us know which one, season one, season two, which one was your favorite season. And if you have a favorite episode arc, let us know in the comments.